Flight boss, bitch. For sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon. I am the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucker responsibilities. And this video right here is going to be about why are you afraid to do what feels good to you. Let me repeat. Why are you afraid to do what feels good to you? Now, we all go through minor circumstances like this in small percentage levels, but for the most part, this can get too far to the point that you end up restricting yourself from everything that you truly want to do based upon the environment or the circumstance that you're dealing with at the moment via people, places, and things. So this video right here is going to be about why are you afraid to do what feels good to you. Now, the only reason you could be in this space is because you have separated yourself from what feels good to you based upon everything you have been distracted in. And everything you have been distracted in are playing out as characteristics of things that's non-motivational. So you have separated yourself from the things that actually motivate you. And the things that motivate you could be a thing, could be a place that you go to, could be an object that you have, or could be individuals, or could be a specific person. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, these individuals, these people, places, and things, this person that motivated you in some way, shape, or form, you have separated yourself from these magnitudes, and these objects is no longer in your surroundings or your perimeter. So you're left to be distracted with other things to fulfill these energies. And once you start to be distracted, all these distractions play out as you being afraid to express or to do what actually feels good to you in some way, shape, or form. So you have to keep that in mind. Now, here's the thing. Reason why it comes to that conclusion is because every time you're around people, places, and things that motivate you, it always direct you into the energy of making you do things that you actually feel good doing in some way, shape, or form. But when you kind of slow down and when you kind of stop doing things that you feel good doing, that's based upon you being distracted and having to waste time on doing things that don't make you feel good, or doing things that don't motivate you, or being around other individuals that don't motivate you. So once you get too distracted with these energies, being around other things that don't motivate you, for the most part, you're not going to be doing things that make you feel good. You're going to be doing other things to reach back to that position and that space you was in so you could continue to do things that make you feel good. But then that's like two different battles now you got to fight when it was really just one battle that you could have fought. You know what I'm saying? AKA putting yourself into the circumstance and situation of things that motivate you, that can always charge you up to put yourself into a position that you're doing things that feel good to you. The moment you have got too distracted with people, places, and things that don't motivate you, then for the most part, you're going to have to waste time on doing things that don't necessarily feel good, because these things you have to do is basically, spiritually, esoterically speaking, you going through circumstances and situations so you can set the stage for you could be back into a space that you can do things that feel good to you again. You know what I'm saying? For an example, a lot of you have associates, a lot of you have jobs and things of that nature. So for the most part, you get distracted with wasting time in these areas, right? But you're doing these things in order to reach that space again, so you can have that off day, or you have that day away from individuals or that place or that thing in some way, shape, or form. So that little frustration that you went through was for you to get back into the space that you can allow yourself to be free and do the things that feel good to you. But when you let this portion of that start to outweigh this portion of that, and then you start to surround yourself around non-motivational people, places, and things that can only go so far, then for the most part, slowly but surely, you're going to stop doing things that feel good to you, or procrastinate, or lack to a certain degree, or lose hope, or lose desire, and then your desires get misplaced. And once your desires get misplaced, it end up putting you through a frustrating circumstance or situation where your spiritual back is against the wall. And that's an example right there, letting you know that you've been away from your actual space a little too long in some way, shape, or form. So keep that in mind also. But like I said, this could be the only reason why you are afraid to do things that feel good to you, because right now you are involved into a whole bunch of distractions that take time off of that, and you need to start putting more energy into people, places, and things that motivate you, because for the most part, the people, places, and things that motivate you are always going to point you in a direction where you're just going to wake up and find and look at everything you've done like, damn, I've been doing a whole bunch of shit I love to do in some way, shape, or form, other than getting distracted with a whole bunch of other non-motivational people, places, and things, and then you wake up one day and start to realize that the shit that you really love to do, you haven't even been putting a lot of energy into it. You've been putting energy into other dumbass shit that matters none. But for the most part, that goes into deciphering the people, places, and things in your life that give you that motivational charge, and that gives you the understanding of separating from people, places, and things that don't give you that charge. And therefore, this is one of the reasons why you're not doing things that feel good to you on a regular basis. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. And I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. You better believe it.